So,
Yeah.
so when, I think you both mentioned that like as children, maybe not as confident. Like, what do you think about, growing up and how you grew up, like really like hurt your confidence?
I think I also really confused confidence with ego for a long time. I was really scared of coming across as like too overconfident. And so I think it took a while for me to kind of untangle those two things because I was really doing myself a disservice. I, I started in this industry at a really, really young age. And although I had this tremendous opportunity as a teenager to like start my job, like this dream of fully realizing this dream in this like adult world, and you would think that having that opportunity would bring all the confidence in the world, but it scared the crap out of me. It's like suddenly you're thrust into this world with like people that you saw on television. I mean, I know it doesn't even feel like it was part of my life. It feels like so many chapters ago, but it was a lot to sort of work through all of those feelings and emotions, especially as you were saying, Chrissy, as a young person, like going through puberty, like trying to figure out who you are and what your place is in the world. And then on top of it, like having this job at a really young age and all of the pressure that sort of comes along with it. And, for better or for worse, well, I guess for worse, because it's still stuff I'm working on, I made myself feel I wanted myself to be as small as possible because I was worried about making other people feel uncomfortable. Like I never wanted to come across, I was so concerned. I remember when I left like freshman year of high school to sign a record deal and kind of start that crazy trajectory. I didn't even tell anybody at school because I was so worried that they would think that I was bragging about this life. And I was so scared. And I really carried those feelings with me for a long time and had to do a lot of work to like, again, untangle myself from those two things. Like, being confident is an incredible quality.
Absolutely.
So separate from ego.
Yeah. So what was that shift for you, Mandy? Kind of between confidence and ego. Like, how did you know, well, I can be confident now and it's not going to come out as ego?
It takes time. I think I'm still working on it to a certain degree. I mean, I think all of us can sit here today and say, like, it's difficult. I didn't show up today feeling like 150%. Like, I think there's a certain degree of like faking it till you make it, like for everybody in all aspects of life. It doesn't matter what your trajectory is, how much success you've had in whatever given field it may be. And I try to show myself grace, and even as a young person to show myself grace and recognize like it does take time, and there's a certain skill set. It's almost like like working out or just like practicing something every day. Like it gets better, it gets easier. It's never going to be like easy necessarily, but I think it does become more natural the more you sort of like press on and keep putting one foot in front of the other. But yeah, there's just no substitute for time in that regard.
I definitely agree.